today's news. Okay, newspaper. Do you have newspaper? No? Okay, let it be. I don't need. Okay, so in the first page, this is today's newspaper. I thought this is very interesting. Okay. Okay, on the first page, this Israel is committing genocide in Gaza, says United Nations Commission. So one thing you people need to know is genocide. If you don't know, that's a problem. What is genocide? Mass killing of people. People belonging to one particular community or ethnicity or nationality. When you try to kill entire community, then that is genocide. Yes, you're new? Yes, that's visible. So there's a technical definition given about genocide, that here the intent to destroy whole or in part national, ethnic, racial or religious group. A community, let's say some people belonging to a particular religion, you're trying to kill entire population. Whatever Hitler did, he tried to kill entire Jewish population from Germany. That is the right example of genocide. And right now what is happening in Gaza from the side of Israel towards the people living in Gaza, that is being termed as genocide by United Nations Commission. Okay, so this genocide convention which was brought in 1948, we get all this information about genocide from this convention. Now few things as a matter of fact you people should know. Where is pen? First of all, this convention, the name of the convention is Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide. Now this came from United Nations General Assembly directly, so quite important we can say, and they have clearly defined what all comes under genocide. When you say genocide, number one, killing members of a group, causing serious bodily or mental harm, inflicting living conditions leading to destruction, preventing births within the group. Sometimes people go for such activities also, and forcibly transferring children to another group. This is the technical definition they are trying to give, that you're bringing people from this group and putting in other group. You're changing their religion or changing their identity completely. You want this identity to be removed completely. Okay, maybe you can even think about the Rohingyas living in China. What is happening with them? Is it genocide or not? Maybe you can think about it. Now, this particular convention came into picture in 1948. So many countries already signed it. Now there's something called signing it and ratifying it. What is ratification? No. Let's say Indian government, let's say Prime Minister went to General Assembly and they signed it over there. They signed this convention. But see, power is with the national government now. Whether we implement, whether we accept or not. So he will come back and bring a bill in the parliament, and parliament will approve it. The moment parliament approves, that means we accept that we have signed it. Only signing will not make anything. Ratification is this process wherein in parliament we will approve that bill. And third thing is making a law. Making a law in our own country, that's the third thing. So whenever you sign any convention at international level, you have to do these three things: signing it, then ratifying in our parliament, and then bringing a law. When you do all of that, then you are actually following what they said, right? In case of this genocide convention, we signed it in the year 1949. We ratified in 1959, and we have not yet made any law regarding the same. Okay, so this is quite interesting. Not yet any law is made, but we have ratified. That means we have shown, yes, we will follow. When we will follow, we didn't say anything. So maybe after 50-60 years we will do something, we don't know. Now in that they say, in our country, let's say some kind of genocide is happening, state is not doing. In case of Hitler, it was the state who was carrying out genocide. Hitler is the head of the state, he is carrying out. In our country, first of all, state will not carry out. Second, let's say state is not doing anything, other people are doing this thing. Let's say there is one organization who has started doing genocide. It is state's responsibility that such genocide should not happen with their country or in their country. If state is not able to do this thing, then there will be a case registered against the state itself. Okay, now here we have two courts. One is called as International Court of Justice and one is International Criminal Court. Okay, those two courts are important because you have to know their role. Let's say if I take the first example, International Court of Justice. Now this is a court which is part of United Nations. In United Nations they have their parliament called General Assembly. They have their executive called United Nations Security Council. And they have their judiciary also. That is this International Court of Justice. Just like the system we have at national level. Okay. Now this body, in this body you can go and file a case against a state. Let's say this Israel is carrying out genocide. So you can go and file a case against Israel, not Prime Minister Netanyahu or not any particular military man who is carrying out this genocide. You can't file case against that person. You will file against Israel as a state. This will happen in case of International Court of Justice. But we have other court also. This is International Criminal Court. This court is not part of UN. It's not part of UN. It got established through this Rome Statute, and what it does is here you can prosecute individual persons. Let's say you think that this one individual person, because of him this genocide is happening. That means at the time of World War maybe we could have gone for prosecuting Hitler, and right now maybe it is Netanyahu. You can file case against Netanyahu, or maybe a particular military leader who is carrying out this action. Such person in this particular case, that because of you this genocide is happening. Okay, any doubt with this? No? Now this is what we say in case of Israel right now happening. So they are showing that 4 out of 5 acts, because they have mentioned that definition with 5 different acts, they come under genocide. They are saying out of those 5, 4 are already happening. That's why it's a genocide. Already 65,000 people killed. Since October 2023, there is famine, mass displacement. What they're doing is, if someone is sending food item for these people, they're stopping those people from getting into this area. They want famine to happen and people to die. Even civilian population. Normally war is between military and military. And here civilian population is dying. Right? That's why they're calling this as a genocide. Make sense? Any doubt? No? Next, is this article important? We've already discussed about GST. What was the decision government has taken? Something happened recently, na? Modi ji made a speech after tariff put by Trump. What was that? I think 15th August speech, if I'm not wrong. What? Very good. Reducing the GST tax slab. We are changing this GST tax. Yes, right. So what we have done is, we already had so many tax, like there was 0% tax, 5% tax, 12% tax, 18% tax, 28% tax, so many slabs were there. Some items were in this, some in this, some in this, some in this likewise. Now what we did, this 12% and 28%, these tax were removed. We said we will not have these slabs. And all the items, more or less 90 to 99% of the items in this were distributed in other slabs. More or less what they tried is reducing the tax on these. So instead of 28 or 12%, maybe this will be brought like 28%, they will bring in 18%. Those with 12%, they made it 5%. Good thing, bad thing? Why good thing? Where do you put GST? Anything that you are buying, it's an indirect tax that you pay. There's something called income tax that you directly go and pay to the income tax department. Indirect tax, I'm buying this phone, there's extra tax added in it. I don't know I'm paying, but I'm already paying. Don't you think if this mobile phone in reality is of 30,000 and let's say because of tax it becomes 35,000. Now the moment you reduce the tax slab, will it become less? Instead of 35, maybe it will become 32,000. Yes, possible. Price will be reduced. Because of this, what will be the possible consequences? People in India might buy such products more. Okay, so the demand in the country for buying more products will be increased. You think about it, Trump is putting tariff. We wanted to sell, we always used to send so many products to USA. Now Trump is putting tariff. So whatever you could sell, now you're not able to sell. What you're doing is internally create more demand so that these people can sell these products to these people only. So that economy should continue growing. Good thing? Good thing. And also there is this problem of inflation which can be there. Rising in the prices of goods, right? If prices are rising, that is not a good sign, because people have fixed amount of money. Someone's salary is same and the amount of goods is increasing. How will he buy? So when you reduce the taxation, this will be a good thing. But don't you think it's going to be a bad thing for government? Government was getting this much money from you people. Suddenly, because they have reduced it, this will become like this. So revenue loss for government, is it good thing or bad thing for government then? Ultimately, but that will take a lot of time, na ma'am. Right now, next month Modi ji was getting this much money from you people. Suddenly he will not get now. Next 1 year he will not get any money. Some loss certainly will be there, na? Yes? So definitely this loss will be there. But in long term, this can lead to good thing. That people keep on buying more. This means more businesses will come into picture. More businesses, more activities, more economic activities. That means more employment. If I create more new business, I'll give job to 5 people. 5 people got job. Now these people have earning potential. They will do expenditure also. They will also buy something. They will buy again a new business. It's a chain. It's a chain that will continue leading to growth in the economy and the GDP. So it's a long term. In short term, they will lose money for sure. But in long term, they will gain. So it's a good thing if we look at it in overall terms. Okay? Now, right now they're saying who is going to benefit more, which sectors will benefit more because of this change in the slab. They say fertilizers, farm machinery, renewable energy, they will benefit. Okay? And for some, they have brought this new tax, 40%. Those which are luxury goods or sin goods. What are these sin goods or luxury goods? Yes, tobacco, alcohol, such sin goods or something luxurious services which people are taking. So you're going to some big hotel or something, taking some hi-fi service, they'll be like 40%. You're rich people, you can pay. Okay? So that's how they're trying to manage that. Whatever loss we are making here, we will try to get extra money from these people and manage it. Okay? Good? Now what these rich people will do, they'll go to some other country to spend the money. That can also happen. They'll say we'll go to Dubai and there we'll enjoy. Here we go to restaurant, they charge us 40%. Nice, na? Now, overall, this article is also talking about the same thing. Overall, whatever I discussed, that in long term you will certainly have some benefits. It is going to boost consumption and affordability, supports employment intensive sectors, neutral or inflation lowering for some items, and progressive. Progressive, why we are saying progressive? Because when you tax rich people more and less to the poor people, that's a progressive taxation system. Right? If someone is earning just 10,000 rupees, someone earning 10 crore rupees, should you tax them same? 10%, 10%. For this person 10% is different. For this person 10% is too much. He's just earning 10,000. You've taken 1,000. How will he eat now? That's a problem for him, na? So we expect you tax him less. Let's say you tax him 4%. You tax this person 10% or 20%. This is progressive taxation, considering the inequality in the society. Right? So we are seeing, we are doing the same thing over here. Clear? That's this article overall about. Okay? Any doubt? GST, anyway, you will read about GST in detail in economy. How GST works, why we brought this reform, the cascading effect, etc., etc. That's part of economy, core economy that you will study. Okay? Now, this news. India-Pak border sees a sharp rise in drone-driven drug smuggling cases. Is it a major news, average news, or not so important news? Major. He thinks major. Major to average. Yes, they're sending drugs. That too using drones, new technology. So is drugs a problem? Why don't we, like, we don't ban alcohol, we don't ban tobacco? Level of addiction is very high. Okay. Right. For let's say you try it once, there's a chance you'll get addicted in the first attempt itself. It's not like tobacco or alcohol, which takes so many attempts like UPSC to get addicted. First thing. Second, by taking alcohol, it is not necessary that you will do some horrible stuffs. You might not. In case of drugs, you will even do any inhuman activities. You can easily kill someone when you have taken some drugs. It's easy. Means you will not feel anything. Kill, no problem. Okay? So such things happen in case of drugs. Now, the point is, India lives at a very interesting location, where on this side there are some countries and this side there are some countries. One we called Golden Crescent, one we called Golden Triangle. So on this side there are these three countries: Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, exactly at our western border. So much of drugs you can find here easily, opium and all. In Afghanistan they go for this opium production. Okay, so Iran, Afghanistan and Pakistan, this is hub of opium or hub of these drugs, and we are close to them, border area, easily we can smuggle. On the other side, Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, this area, there also we have countries having complete or substantial drug supply available from that side. So if from India's both sides, drugs come into India. Okay. Now the problem is, although we have boundaries, let's say India, Pakistan, so much border area is there, etc., etc., still this smuggling is happening. Why smuggling is happening? Who will benefit from this? Huh? Sender as well as receiver. Okay. Overall, will Pakistan benefit from this? Afghanistan? You see, Afghanistan does not have good relations with any countries, mostly. But they want money. How will they get money? They'll sell the drugs. Okay? They'll sell the drugs to Pakistan, they'll get money. Pakistan gets money by begging everywhere. They'll get money somehow. They know the tricks. Now, what will Pakistan get? Money they will certainly get. Second thing is, their ultimate objective is to reduce the power of India somehow, one way or the other way. One of the ways, give drugs to this young population. Entire young population will be in the drugs. They'll not do anything. Economy is growing too much now. When these people will become drug addict, this will go down very easy. So much young population is there in India. Just bring them towards this direction. So instead of getting this demographic dividend, they'll get into disastrous side. So they want this. Some kind of internal disturbance should happen in India. So it's an internal security challenge for India. When such stuffs are coming into India, it's an internal security challenge, right? So this is about our border management, how we manage our borders so that such stuffs do not come into India. Now here what they are doing is, now they have learnt how to use technology, right? This drone technology is quite important. There can be a direct question about drones in mains, how drone technology is now being used, and it has applications in wide scale. One we saw in terms of Operation Sindoor. If you have observed it rightly, we were not using any aircrafts and all those things. We were rather using drones. They were also using drones, we were also using drones. That means warfare changed now. Earlier it was different, now it is different. Now same drones, because drones, how much they cost? 100 rupees also you can get a drone. 100, 200 rupees. Just attach one bomb and done. Just 200 rupees. Aircraft, such a heavy aircraft, Rafale and all, so much amount of money you spent on it. No need. Easy, less cost. Now they're using the same, and nobody can easily detect also. It's a small drone of this size. How will you detect it? Border, you imagine such a long border, 1,000 kilometers. How and where will you detect it? It's tough, right? So that's the idea. Here drone is being used for this smuggling part. So just remember, this is about your application part. If there is a question about drone wherein you are writing about different dimensions, that it can be used in war, it can be used in our good things also, like in civilian use. In marriage also we are using drones. That is also good use, na? Civilian use. Similarly, there can be negative use. Or let's say for surveillance, we don't need policemen now. We can put, instead of policemen standing on the traffic road and all, we can put some drones. Drones will keep an eye on what is happening, what is not happening. So that's how some negative roles, some positive roles of drone we can understand from this. Okay, now there is one topic called internal security in GS3. In that there is a topic called border management. Okay, you'll study that topic in detail whenever internal security lectures will be there. Just remember that this point has to be added in that. Okay. Now they have mentioned all the data. How many cases? 1.22 lakh arrests happened with respect to drugs till now in 2023. This cocaine, and see this trend. Now this data is not important. You don't need to remember this data. Just see the trend. In 2020, how much cocaine was coming and how much it is coming right now? 78 times higher, just in 5 years. This shows the trend, how it is growing too much. Okay. So implications, now this is basic part, anyone can understand. Number one, security part creates a security challenge in terms of technology for us. How to deal, it's a problem. Even if drone is coming, you know also, you don't know how to take action. Because it's a technologically advanced stuff now. You have to make a technology which can even counter each and every drone. Tough, we have to work on technology part. Even if government wants to do anything, they can't do anything. Only technology is needed. Then, public health problem which we are creating in our generation, younger generation, because of this drug addiction. Third, geopolitics. Look at the location of these countries. On this side these countries, on this side these countries, and at center we have India. India has access to Indian Ocean. If you have to send all these drugs to different parts of the world, India is the best location. So actually these people who are running these what we call as organized crime units, they're trying to make India as the hub of drug. From here also you bring, from here also you bring, from India will send to entire world. So India can become this transit hub of drugs because of this, or it's already being, more or less. So you can understand this part. And we have agencies, so many agencies working in this area, narcotics department, CBI, our judiciary is there, everyone is there. Problem is our rules are not implemented in true spirit. Implementation is little weak. So this keeps on happening. People will put some cases, why so many people cases registered with respect to drugs and all. So many cases are registered in judiciary. Is it something happening? Nothing is happening, it's just continuing. And it's quite normal in, let's say, in metropolitan areas in India, in urban areas, if you want to get access of certain drugs, it's not that difficult. That is clearly visible in the society. So this shows this drug racket is working quite finely. Okay? Now, next news. Top court asks who will decide that a religious conversion is deceitful. Now, religious conversion they are talking about. We have this Article 25. What is Article 25? Yes, right to practice any religion. We talk about freedom of conscience and freedom to practice any religion. Any person can practice any religion he wants to. And if I don't want to practice, I will not practice. Or I want to create my own religion, I can create that. I can practice anything. Right? Now let's say there are two people who want to get married. One belongs to one religion, other one belongs to other religion. Can they marry in India? Practically they don't, okay. But there are people who marry. We get such examples. Now, he is from one religion, religion A, religion B. Now, he wants, she should change her religion. Marriage, na? So you have to change. Now, is it good or bad? She wants to change herself. Now? She can. It's because Article 25 says freedom, your freedom. If you want to change on your own, that's okay. But there are people who are claiming that so many people, their religion is changed or they are converted from one religion to other religion forcefully. Forcibly conversions happen, okay, in society. And they have problem with that. Now actually this has to do with the political ideology these people hold. So states in which such a party is in power, and those who feel that yes, such forcible conversions happen, what they try to do is they try to bring in some laws which stop such forceful conversion. Okay, some states like UP, MP, Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, these are the states in which there is government who brought such laws named as anti-conversion law. No one will forcefully convert anyone from one religion to other religion. Okay, it seems good, but it is driven by some political reason, because the party has some reasons, okay, that you have to observe keenly, then you will understand what kind of interest party might be having. Okay, now the point is, now some NGOs went to Supreme Court saying, sir, these states which are bringing such law, it seems good that you should not forcefully do this by fraud, by force, by allurement. Let's say someone comes to you and gives you a lot of money, get converted into my religion. This is allurement, giving something, some doles or something, right? They're saying even this is wrong. Okay, they are saying, these NGOs, they're saying, how are you going to check whether this was forceful or not? A state is deliberately just putting anyone in jail, that they converted their religion, put them in jail. How are you going to check whether it was forceful or not? So state might be misusing all this thing, and number one, you are criminalizing these interfaith marriages completely. You're making them criminals. It's a marriage, it's a civil thing. You should not bring criminal things in this. And the moment you call them that they did this forcefully or by fraud or something, you're putting them in jail, criminal case against them. Okay, so these people have went to court. Now it's up to court to decide. We have not yet got any judgment as such. Court is simply what this Chief Justice of India is saying. Who will decide if conversion was deceitful or not? Who will decide? Court will decide, or so what we call central government will decide, state government will decide, or district magistrate will decide. That's a question. So they're thinking about it. Maybe after some days we will get one more news wherein they will give some judgment on this. Okay, till the time they give judgment, we will just wait and watch what happens. Okay, so that's it from my side for today's newspaper. Any doubts if you have, please ask. No doubts. Your hands are blank. We don't know anything. Yes, madam. No doubts. Okay then. Thank you so much. Tata. Bye bye.